and welcome back to another Mevo Live. It's been a long time. We started off a little rusty today, had a little bit of errors, but hey, we had to kick the rust off. It's been a few months, if not even a year. It's been over a year, right? Easily. I know Jared's in the comments already. He's on Twitch. So if you're on Facebook, YouTube, if you're looking for a different type of quality, you can go check out Twitch. Twitch has some really good quality. You can find us there at Mevo Camera as well. But before I just get into everything, let me introduce myself because it has been so long. My name is Joseph Capar. I'm the head of customer experience here at Mevo. And we used to do these live shows all the time. And things have gotten very busy, very hectic over at Mevo. As you guys all know, we've released a new camera this year. We had a Mevo Core come out, the 4K camera everybody's been waiting for. And we just had a lot of really cool things happening. So we wanted to make sure before we've got fall ball kicking up. We have a lot of holidays coming up for our house of worship users. And we just wanted to get into the conversation and catch everybody up. You know, you're pulling out your Mevo if you didn't use it over the summer. If you didn't, then good on you. But if you didn't, it's time to catch you up on what happened over the summer. So you're ready to pull your Mevo out and get ready and get using and start streaming. The Mevo is good for many various different things, and a lot of things change, which is both good and bad. So if you're a very active user, a lot of things can change that uh, you might not be expecting. And then there's some things that have changed that, Nate and the software team and everybody in QA, they've been working hard to get you a lot of really cool software features. So we're going to talk about what changes have happened over the last few months, over the last 6 months, really over the summer, whatever, however long you've been gone. We're going to go over those details today. And but before we do, if you haven't heard that we are also doing a giveaway. So we have 3 Mevo Starts that are ready to be given away. I might be able to find a 4th one for those who didn't participate in our survey. If you're live and you're watching here today, I would love to give you an opportunity to win one as well. But we do have at least 3 Mevo Starts that are ready to be given away today. And we're going to give those away to those who participated in our survey. So over the summer, we did a survey, asking users, what do you think about Mevo? What are we doing well? What are we not doing well? And we listen. We've always been a brand that listens, and we're going to continue to do that. But before we get into everything, I want to show everybody who doesn't know about Mevo Core, I want to show you what you've been missing. It's a bit loud. That's really loud in my ear. Hopefully it wasn't as loud as for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you're not familiar with Mevo Core is our latest camera. We released it in February, I think, at this point. I remember Mevo Start like it was yesterday. Mevo Core just happened this year. For whatever reason, I'm struggling to memorize the date, but I believe it is February. It's a 4K camera. It's got a large micro four thirds sensor and mounting for lens, which means you have interchangeable lenses now. We have HDMI out, which you never had in any of our previous generations. So if you're familiar with all of the things that people have been asking for years, we finally answered the call with the Mevo Core, bringing back that 4K, still have the 6-hour battery life, have 2 USB-C ports so you can get that 4K via webcam mode as well. You can do NDI, SRT, all of the things that you're used to using with Mevo, you still get with Mevo Core and some. Now, some of the things I want to talk about Mevo Core, it is available. You can go grab it on Mevo.com, Amazon.com, and at B&H Photo Video. Those guys are really talented and experienced with all of our products. But the Mevo Core, we actually, over the summer, we've released both NDI and SRT 4K. So when we launched it, that didn't happen. We didn't have 4K. Now 4K is coming in various different varieties and ways that we can kind of deliver that. But SRT and NDI being, two of the big ones that people wanted, along with the 1080p 60 frames per second that everybody's been asking for since launch. So the team is actively working all of those things and trying to get them to you as soon as possible. But if you've been using the Mevo over the summer, you've seen all of the really fun things that the team has released, including media playback, which we'll talk about, and I'll demo that a little bit in a couple minutes. But I wanted to really show you everything that Mevo Core can do. So a lot of people who've been using Mevo Start are familiar with the digital crop and zoom. Well, Mevo Core also has the digital crop and zoom, but with that interchangeable lens, you also get that really high focus. You get to control the aperture and the bokeh effect. But you can use this thing from hundreds of feet away if you want to, depending on the lens. I shot the Eclipse with a really long lens the other month earlier this year, Eclipse, when that happened. And you can basically have full control of your production using Mevo Core, just like you were previously able to with Mevo Start. Now, Mevo Start, we recommended 10 to 15 feet away from your subject, well lit because it has a much smaller sensor size. But with this sensor and with the interchangeable lenses, you get that optical zoom and the digital. And you can control all of that from the mobile app as long as your lens is powered. It's got power zoom, power focus, and everything. You can do that all from the app. So you can kind of define your shot, both the digitally and your optical, and it will literally zoom in and change focus points based on what you've defined in the app. So you get all of those traditional features, but with this new optical zoom and focus and everything. So if you haven't checked out the Mevo Core, go check it out today. You can get them today, like I said, mevo.com, amazon.com, and B&H Photo. Let's see what everyone's saying here. We got Jaredson over at Twitch. He says Core is a tank, super versatile. Tim says longtime Mevo user. Welcome, Tim. Awesome products, great customer support. Still rocking the Mevo Plus and 2 starts. Eyeing that Core though. You should go grab it. And you actually make a good point. I wanted to talk about that a little bit today too. Is that you can mix and match your Mevos. So a lot of people go and buy a 3-pack for the Mevo ecosystem, and they're like, man, can I add another Core? Can I add a phone? Can I add a Start? What can we do? And essentially what ends up happening here is you can mix and match however you want. You can use Mevo Go and bring it in with the Mevo Plus or Mevo First Gen, Mevo Start, Mevo Core. You can mix match. It's my key terminology that I've been using lately is choose your own adventure. It's kind of what Mevo is. It's a choose your own adventure. We'll give you the tools, we'll give you the software. Now just pick which ones you want, when you want to use it, how you want to use it, and you can do that. It's a versatile tool. So it's fantastic. And of course, we've got some of the Mevo team in here. Nathan saying I've never looked better on camera. Yeah, the Mevo Core definitely makes me look a little bit better, but it also it gets some imperfections in there that I might not want to be seen. So, but it does make the set look pretty neat. So no complaints here. Um, Coin says, "Wow, controls the physical lens too." Yes, it absolutely controls the physical lens. You get full control of the lens, focus, zoom, power zoom, and everything like that. And like I said, you can predefine all of this in the app. Now we've got the S&B channel. Is Mevo ever coming out with the video overlay? We've already did it. We've already released it. Mevo Multicam. Now that's a perfect transition. It was the very next thing I wanted to talk about was the Mevo Multicam app and how we've released media playback. Let me add a cam here because I've got my tablet plugged in. There it is. And we can add that as a source and see if I can get it plugged in here. Let's see what we got. As I'm waiting for this to load, because it is it's not exactly the most user-friendly thing to plug in a HDMI into your tablet, but when it works, it works. All right, so that's what we need to be doing. So here we go. Show on stream. Perfect. Nope, don't like that angle. Let's move here and let's swap and do this over here. Come on, double click. That's what we want. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So in the Mevo app now, you can add media playback. So like I was talking about with Mevo Core, right? So we've got images here. I've got the old set over here where I can predefine shots. I can do a new focus point, which essentially says when I tap here, that's what I want you to focus on. I've got new static shot with the focus point, which means it will go to that shot and change a focus point. So kind of just to get you an idea of what this actually looks like, I'm going to go like super. Oh, I don't have course I don't have a power lens on this. That's exactly what would happen. That's what I would do. I would absolutely not put a power lens on it. But essentially, you're going to double tap it and get that virtual shot here that's digital. So you're kind of, hurting it slightly with that focus and everything. But you can still do all the traditional zoom ins, pans, all of those things. But as well as that, you can define the focus and the aperture within the app as long as I have, the switch on. So apparently my switch is not enabled to do the power zoom and everything. So I can't do that remotely, unfortunately, but you would be able to do that right here. Now let's get back over to the media playback. We can come in here, press the plus button, add a new asset, and you'll see Mevo Pro media right here. And you can add media. So what we're going to do is you can choose your photo library, device files, and drives. So I can come in here and I can say recent. So we've got this. I did a show recently. Uh, for House of Worship, and there was some really cool people there that was kind of using the Mevo Core for like VR type situation. So they had a green screen and they mounted the Mevo Core here. But now I have it added, and I can continue to add to this playlist. So it's not like you're kind of stuck with what you want to do. You can kind of add various things, and it'll go through the playlist. So if I want to add like a secondary thing here, let's go over here. Let's add me testing the set and microphone. All right, so now we've got two, right? So we've got two. We can mute, we can preview, we can also loop. We can loop once, we can loop, infinitely. You can do all of those things all through the app. So this was a really cool thing. If you're seeing here on the screen where they were putting him in a virtual room using Mevo Core, which is really cool. So now that we have that in here, I can go around and I can start sending just like any other camera, any other image, any other graphic. You can throw a video directly in and just by tapping it. Now you can press next just like any other playlist, and you can jump to the previous video or the last one or the next one. This one has two, right? Yep. So you can go in here, and you can also see the duration on the right side of the screen, as well as above the playlist. And then you can see how many items are in that playlist. You can see the little number 2 on like the little sandwich icon next to the right of the word playlist. And that shows that there's 2 items in there. So we can go in there, we can reorder, edit it, remove it, preview. So you can see now it's all highlighted in red saying that this is live. This is a live playlist. Just so when you go in there, you don't make any crazy changes. So all types of really fun controls that you can do. There's on my little backpack. I put a Mevo Core emoji on it. That's pretty fun. But yes, you can absolutely do media playback. That has changed, which is awesome. And I know a lot of people were really excited to see that happen. So, all right, let me scroll. I know this chat is popping very, very busy, very busy. So if you're not in chat and you're not seeing much chat, you can go check out YouTube. We do have a lot of people on YouTube right now and on Facebook, and a couple on Twitch that are all having conversations. So I'm going to try to get in here. Let's see. I have a 3-pack for the Mevo Start. Looking to add the core as soon as I stream basketball games live, and it's basketball season now. All the families who can't make it to the games love it, and it's funny you should say that. I didn't want to play a lot of videos today, but I do have an hour to fill. So it's funny you should say all the families who can't make it. So let me show you one of our preferred partners that we've worked with, and one of our users. Really, I wouldn't call them preferred partners. It sounds weird, but one of our users that we've worked with. And he was nice enough to get in front of camera for us for exactly that reason, to kind of talk about all of the people who couldn't make it to his kids' softball game.
I'm just a softball dad. Our life kind of revolves around it. All of our free time on the field, nothing fancy. That's just who I am. My name is Philip Martinez. I go by Phil. Some of you might know me as P-Mart. We're at Aquinas High School, located in San Bernardino, California.
I'm Ava Martinez. I play softball at Aquinas High School.
The reason that I began to record and then eventually stream my daughter's softball games, I wanted to brag about my kid. Oh my God, look, she got a hit. Then, of course, I wanted to analyze her swing and break down the mechanics. Eventually, people, hey, I was at a game and they live streamed it, and I have a family member that lives out of state. Could you do that? I realized, my in-laws and my own parents, they're not able to come to see her play every weekend. When I first started using the Mevo camera, I started with just one, of course, and I placed it behind home plate. Then I started realizing, hey, let's take this to the next level, and I wanted to, satisfy my audience, give them a real experience. I started utilizing the Mevo Multicam app. I'll set up a camera down the first baseline, and a camera down the third baseline, it enhances the viewer experience that much more. One of the things I really like about the Mevo is that it's wireless. I can literally put this thing anywhere. Here I am on the first base side, I can move it to the third base side, I can even have it in the dugout. Battery life that'll last about 6 hours or so. I've been on the field and filmed 2 or 3 games without having to recharge my device. And I've had this thing mounted on fences, dugouts, you name it. The wireless connectivity allows me to do that. It's compatible with a lot of different applications. I'm a big fan of Sideline HD. So when my audience is watching my game, they see a scoreboard, who's coming up to bat next.
I love playing softball because it's the one game I feel like I can fail like a million times at and still be able to reinvent myself, like even within the next pitch. The video that my dad gets from my games, I can just take it and put it on like the recruiting services that I use. The college that I committed to, they've never seen me play in game, right? They only one time.
Only once in person.
They've only came to see me one time, and then they saw like my video, and I would send them my video, and then they offered me a scholarship.
Not only with Ava's recruitment story, other teammates of hers, you know, they're going to schools in New York, other parts of the country. It was all through video footage, and a lot of it, you know, came from our camera. So proud about that. The ease of use and the quality of the product really sets it apart. It's in a league of its own.
Ah, the heart warmth. I love it. I love it. Hope P Mart's doing good. I haven't seen him in a while, so hopefully he's doing well. He's probably had a really busy season. His daughter, you know, getting college offers and gonna go play some softball. So I'm sure he's doing great and doing busy, and hopefully he's around. Hopefully he swings by and says hi. But yeah, so I see. Where'd it go? Jared's again saying, "Got to call out the need for scenes." I mean, the groundwork's there, right? Media playback, the groundwork is there. It's just a matter of putting it together. But the team's working on a lot of really cool things today, and as of recently. So, you know, you've got the media playback both now out on Android and on iOS. So go check those out if you haven't updated the Mevo Multicam app. And if you're on the Mevo Single Cam app, which Mevo Camera app, just know that you can use the Mevo Multicam app. You don't need multiple cameras to do that. You actually don't even need a Mevo camera at all, but you should go buy one anyways. But you can use Mevo Multicam without more than one camera. So if you want all of the benefits of Mevo or the media playback, because it's not going to be coming to the original Mevo camera app, it's only in Multicam. So you got to go check out Multicam. Now, another thing I know a lot of people have been waiting for is the reason they haven't jumped to Mevo Multicam is that they want the slideshows and presentations and countdowns. And I know the team is really excited because they're working on that exactly. Let me go full screen real quick so I can show you what I'm working with. And here is a little preview of what this looks like. So this is countdowns currently that's being worked on. As you can see, it's a little bit different, a little bit more advanced probably than you're used to seeing in the regular app. So countdowns is coming, presentations is coming. Countdowns has a lot of really neat different formats and, you know, ways that they present themselves. So it's not just the standard one that you're used to seeing. You're going to see a bunch of different ways that we apply countdowns into the Mevo Multicam app, as well as presentations. So look forward to that. Those updates are coming. You're going to see some start options where you'll be able to kind of treat it like any other video. Like you can tap on it, it'll start a countdown or count up or stopwatch, or you can do it automatically, you know, when you start streaming. It can start playing type of thing. So I believe those are the two options that he has listed. And just to throw it out there, because I know a lot of people are wondering, we have a lot of people tuning in, and I'm glad that you all did, because I was just told by the team over at Logitech for gaming that they have a Mevo Core that they're willing to let go to our viewer that is viewing live today. So if you're viewing live today, you have a chance to win a Mevo Core, thankfully, from the team over at Logitech for gaming. They're going to send a Mevo Core out to you. Now, a lens will not be included, so you will still need a lens. But if you're watching live today and you're going to be watching towards the end of the show, pushing towards that 5 o'clock mark, 5 Eastern Standard Time, you have an opportunity to win a Mevo Core. So definitely stick around. I'm excited. Okay, let's see what we got. Need to port these two apps together, Jared says. Yeah. I mean, I think it's on the to-do list for sure. I said, Heine says, Joseph prints a lot of things in 3D, filament in the background. Yeah, I do. I've got a print farm, big fan. Ben says, woohoo. We've got coins. Thanks for advance. Let's see here. Some emojis. We got Tim. Tim was just saying how he needs a Mevo Core. So Fantastic. Love to see it. And then, what else? The things are going crazy. Things are going crazy. Logitech G is the best. I can get on board with that. Logitech Gaming, they great team. Love them. Love them. Went to TwitchCon. They had me over. Obviously, Mevo Core is being used at TwitchCon, so Mevo Core can be used for all types of things. And if you're in here and you have a Mevo Core already, you can still win one. But I would recommend do the nice thing, jump over to the community group. We do have facebook.com/Mevo community group. Go over there and let them know that if they're watching or during the stream that they have a chance to win a Mevo Core. It's the only right thing to do. Go win a Mevo Core, share it with the team, let them know. So you can always go get a lens once we do announce the final winner for the Mevo Core. So the first 3 giveaways that we're going to do today, and I'll try to spread it out. Maybe we'll do one now to get one of the Mevo Starts out. We're going to do the traditional spin of the wheel. So let me see if I can pull this screen up real quick and kind of do one quick spin of the wheel. Kind of keep things a flowing. I think it's just going to pop up. Yeah, there it is. That's crazy. All right, so we have about 500 people in here that are going to get or that are in this. So you might not see your name immediately. You might notice that in this area, the names that go in don't necessarily come out immediately. That's because everyone gets the equal opportunity. But if I would have had all 500 names visually being shown here at one time, you wouldn't be able to make out any of the names, and that's not any fun. You want to be able to see the names. So we're going to do one of the giveaways now. We'll do another one probably around 45. And then we will do one last start giveaway as we end and then wrap it up with the Mevo Core giveaway. So, so the Mevo Starts has a 500 pool. However, you have a better chance to win if you're just watching. And it's not a start, but for a core. You can win a core for just watching. And there's only a pool of 47 people in here. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to get those names collected, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right, so let's see who gets the Mevo Start real quick. This is dramatic. This is very dramatic. There's a lot going on here. A lot of emotions. Oh, I like Joseph. Joseph's in there. Dude. Oh, is it gonna be Eric? Oh, Christopher? Gregory? John? Wow. I feel so bad for Gregory. I'm so sorry, buddy. But congratulations to John White. If you're here, great, fantastic. I'll be reaching out to you for an address. If you're not here, I'll be emailing you. But if you're not here, you don't know that. So I'll email you and let you know that I'm going to need some information to get that shipped to you. So that's 1 out of the 3 Mevo Starts that are now taken up. We got 2 more left, and then the Mevo Core for the people who are actually going to be watching here today. The Mevo Core can only go to those who are watching. So what's some other stuff that you might have missed while you were gone? During the summer, a lot of people have a lot of things going on, vacations. I think my camera's just bouncing. My desk is a little unstable, but it's fine. Everything's fine. But if you haven't checked it out, we released a beta version for the new desktop application. Now, I know some of you are probably jumping up and down and saying, Multicam's going to the desktop. No, Multicam's not going to the desktop. I know a lot of people who've asked that. Lots of programs out there that already bring multicam experiences and software to the desktop. So I'm not going to ever say it won't happen, but that's not what I'm talking about. So we have released a open beta. You can go sign up, go to help.mevo.com, look up the wireless webcam application. Let me see if I can pull up the article here. Sorry, I've got a lot of windows open. I've got 3 monitors, but it's still sometimes it's not enough, Sometimes it's simply not enough. But what's really nice about this is you actually get control of your camera. So you no longer have to open up your mobile app to control the settings on your camera. You can do that completely through the beta. Now the beta is only for Mac at this time. Now it's going to come to Windows at some certain point. I don't have a date for that yet, but if you've had a chance to check it out, go do that. So, what do we got here? Oh, I thought somebody was in the Facebook group telling everybody about Core giveaway. Well, doesn't look like anybody's trying to share with the community. Now, if you go to, where's it at? I'm trying to pull it up. Here we go. Here it is. Here it is. Let me share this screen real quick. What do I got? I don't want to. Let's do share screen. And we're going to share this one because it's a Facebook post. It's easier to share it. Okay, cool. Check it out. All right. So we've got this post right here. And this is what the application looks like. So you can go download this right now if you're a Mac user. You can go to, like I said, help.mevo.com, type in wireless webcam, and you can download this application. You can control this different various settings, crop, focus, aperture, zoom, all of those things for core. But you also get the same functionalities for the Mevo Start, not aperture and zoom, obviously, but you can control, the white balance and all of those things. So go check it out. Go make sure you go download it. I'm not a Mac user, so I'm kind of sad. I only get to use it while I'm traveling, but I am looking forward to the Windows release because it looks so clean and so polished. Ben says he loves the revamped webcam app. Yeah, it's a solid app. So go check it out if you haven't already. This is not a new app necessarily. It is replacing the existing app previously known as wireless webcam. So if you're looking to get the webcam app for Mac, this is what it's going to look like if you get the beta version. The old version is still available on our website, and you can only download this version from help.mevo.com. You can't get it anywhere else. It is an open beta, but we're not going to publish it on the main website. So if you do want access to this, you got to go to help.mevo.com to download it and let us know what you think. We really want to know, but you can see, a preview here and kind of control all of the things that you previously had to open the app to do. So absolutely check it out. Jared says it should have been like this since day one. Well, if you know a little bit of the history of Mevo, the original webcam app was birthed out of necessity. Everybody was wanting to use their Mevo cameras as webcams during the pandemic, and naturally, the webcam app was going to be the fastest way for us to make that happen as a wireless solution. We were already a wireless solution; it's easier to send a wireless solution, and then UVC mode came for the wired. So, yeah, Jared, I don't know why you're the only one on Twitch. I love Twitch. Twitch is my fave. My best one. Okay, fantastic. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out and go to get it at help.mevo.com. Let me pull up my show notes real quick just to see where I was taking you on this ride here. Platform changes. We do have some platform changes that have happened over the summer. And if you haven't been keeping up, you kind of have to figure some of these things out. And I'd rather talk to you about it before it happens. So the biggest change of the summer is going to be, what am I looking at here? What do we got here? Oh, yeah. So I was recommended a giveaway app for the core, but unfortunately that's only for YouTube. So we've got Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, although Jared's the only one at Twitch. So we could just, and Jared would be kind of on his own. Good luck, buddy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, we'll figure it out. If we have to push everybody to Twitch, we could do that, but I'd prefer not having to do that, ideally. Okay, so the platform changes that I wanted to talk about today is going to be Facebook. So Facebook had been making a lot of changes over the last year and a half to, the business experience and all those different page experiences and all of those things. Now, one thing that we haven't really talked about that has changed is the inability to use the built-in Facebook option to go live. Now, if you've been around, you now know that Facebook removed the API from Facebook groups. So historically, you could always open up the Mevo app or any app. This doesn't just affect Mevo. It's any third-party app that's not owned by Meta cannot go to a Facebook group without using RTMP. So you can no longer just click Facebook, log in, and your groups are going to populate. So don't go out to the baseball field. Don't go to the house of worship. Don't go to your event and not know this because you're going to run into some extra steps with RTMP. So if you're not familiar, I recommend it. And if you don't want to do RTMP, you don't have to. You can go to YouTube, get 50 followers, 50 subscribers, and you can use their API. It's still working perfectly fine. Now, there were some other changes that also occurred during the summer for Facebook that wasn't just groups. So Facebook also rolled out some changes and limitations for professional Facebook accounts. So if you're not aware of how the professional Facebook account works, is essentially people can make money by engaging you on Facebook or getting you to engage their post or to like their post, to comment on their post, to share their post. So what they had to do is they limited people who could go live to those who have at least 100 followers. So you need to be The professional account needs to be at least 60 days old, and it needs to be 100 followers. Now, the other side of this is Facebook pages. They also need to be 100 followers and 60 days old. So it's not just the professional profiles, but also the pages. So you need 100 followers, and the account for professional or the Facebook page needs to have 60 days since it was created before you can go live. So lots of Facebook changes going on. Um, Hopefully this is the last one for some time, but that's some of the things that you should be aware of before you pull your Mevo out, or any device out that's not your built-in phone, essentially. Any device that you want to stream with, you have to know that before you go live, or else you're going to be greeted with some unfortunate experiences. So just so you know, very important to know. Okay, so what's next? So we talked about countdowns a little bit. We showed how the UI is a little bit in the work in progress. Presentations are coming to Multicam, so being able to bring in a PDF, a slideshow, anything like that to kind of do a presentation, and like a lower, not a lower third, but like a over the shoulder shot or something like that, or full screen. You're going to be able to do that in Multicam in the very near future. The team is actively working on this, right alongside the 1080p 60 that they've been working on. Now, we do have a lot of other things that the team is working on. We do have a new roadmap. If you haven't gone to help.mevo.com and looked up our roadmap, I'm doing my best to keep it updated, but the team's moving pretty quick, and we've got a lot of PTO and a lot of time off and stuff. So if you're trying to keep up with what we're doing, be sure to like, follow, subscribe on all of our social channels. That way you can actively be notified of, one, fun opportunities like this. No one knew you're getting a Mevo Core today. I didn't even know there was somebody getting a Mevo Core today. So you don't miss out on fun, random events. You get all of the new updates. If we have betas going on, then you can get access to those. And then if we have any other type of beta or announcement that you can get access to, it'll all happen on our social channels at Mevo Camera. Awesome. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. All right. So we talked about sports a little bit. We talked about how people use the Mevo camera for youth sports because people may not be able to actually be present. Well, that story actually rings true for another one of our popular use cases. And I don't think there's anyone better to tell that story than another familiar face, Jason Hoffman.
Folks who are stuck at home because they're either sick and unable to come, or they're taking care of someone, they want to be present. They want to feel as though they're present. I'm Jason Hoffman. I'm the pastor at First Baptist Church in Elkhart, Texas, a small rural town. We actually started this in 2017, and so we were a little bit ahead of the curve. When we first began streaming, we started with one camera posted up in the front of the church. It quickly became obvious that although that was a good solution to get our message out to the people who needed to hear it, there could be opportunities for us to use multiple views. And the avenue to make that happen is through the Mevo ecosystem. It's going to allow you not only to share your message from more than one perspective, but it's also going to engage your at-home audience so that they feel like they're here. One of the reasons that we chose the Mevo camera itself is because of its profile, its footprint. I have the camera mounted on top of a mic stand, and I can just move it from here to there. The battery lasts for 6 hours. It doesn't have to be plugged in all the time. One of the most important aspects of our live stream is going to be having audio that is quality for the folks who are watching at home. They need to hear the message that we have to proclaim. And that's easy with the Mevo setup because I can take an output from my sound system, run it into the back of my camera, and I have mixed sound coming into my stream. What Mevo has produced is an easy-to-use system that anyone can pick up and learn quickly. Getting a volunteer to handle this is one of the top things for me about what the Mevo offers. The ability to hand that iPad to a volunteer and say, here's how to change your camera view, here's how to make sure that your sound is what it should be. It's all incredibly easy to use. I've streamed graduation with this Mevo camera setup. I streamed baseball games with this Mevo camera setup, parades, all those kinds of things fold into, or maybe I should say flow out from having made this investment, and now I have the benefit of engaging not just my house of worship, but the entire community with what's happening here in town. It's one of the most valuable things you can do for your house of worship, for your congregation.
Jason just knows how to say it in a way that you just feel comfortable. So thank you, Jason, for sharing your perspective and your journey. You've been around for some time in the community. Obviously, the chat loves you. So just wanted to share some love there and kind of use your experience to kind of encourage others to explore, because I know you use it in various different ways. If you're not familiar with Jason, you should go check him out on YouTube. I believe it's just Jason Hoffman, but he's got a lot of really good videos, and he uses his live streaming equipment for various different reasons. So he doesn't just use the Mevo for house of worship, but he also uses it for the sports. He uses it for I think he mentioned using it as or in a parade or other important things that he simply wants to capture. Um, there are just so many different ways to use the Mevo ecosystem that many people are already doing. So if you are concerned about investing into a Mevo Start or a Mevo Core, and you're like, that's a higher price tag than maybe I want to do. Um, what's nice is it's not a one-time use. It's not like it's collecting dust. I know we are doing a refresher live stream today, kind of talking about all of the changes that have happened since you've been gone. But I know most of you have not actually been gone. A lot of you had all these other things that you're using your Mevo for. And when we did our survey that a lot of you participated in, almost all of you had a primary and a secondary reason to use your Mevo setup. So I know a lot of you may have baseball season that shuts down, but then you turn around and use it for something else. So, don't be afraid to go grab yourself a Mevo Start or Mevo Core. If you don't win one today, go grab yourself one, because they are multi-purpose. You can use them for webcam. You can use it if you want to, I don't know. I was in the military, so I lived overseas for quite some time. And I didn't get to have Thanksgiving with my family. So, a Mevo would have been great to kind of cook with the family and, kind of just be present, from a distance. So you can find many reasons to use Mevo. People are using them for podcasting. We went to a podcast event in Washington, D.C. This past couple months. I don't remember. It was I can't even think what it was called. That's crazy. Podcast. I don't know. Nate's probably in here still. Nate, what was it called, buddy? It was a great event, though. We got to meet a lot of users. There was a lot of Mevo users there, which was surprising because we thought we were really kind of trying to, drill a little bit further into the podcasting world and, meet some people, see where we might not be hitting their requirements and their needs and their desires. So it was really neat to see podcast movement. That's what it's called. So podcast movement is what we went to, and we got to meet some people, and they shared their experiences of why they loved Mevo. There was a Mevo user there that had their Mevo, and it's funny because their network popped up on our app. But there were some people there that had some opinions about recording. We are a live streaming first camera. We always have been, but now we know some podcasters want recording. Like that's their primary use case for the multi-camera setup. So we're going to revisit some of those things. So if you're not familiar with Mevo and you're not familiar with our way of working, just know we are out here listening actively. If we do a poll, it's not just to, for fun. We're not doing it just to see, how many people respond. We're doing it because we want to make changes. We want to improve things, and we want to do it for you. So make sure you're participating in our Facebook group. Make sure you're checking out all of our socials, and when we post things, make sure you're participating, and that way we can make sure we're building something for you. I think that's most important. So we are 3 minutes short of our 4:45, but I'm going to go ahead and do the second Mevo Start out of the three. So let's go ahead and pull this bad boy up. Perfect, and click. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear the little beeping noises or the little. I don't know. You guys watch the TV show, right? I think it's The Price is Right, and you hear all the little tick 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 tick. It's fun. Good stuff. This is dramatic. Oh man. Oh, Thomas Salisbury. I will be reaching out to you if you're here today. Fantastic. Congratulations. But I will be contacting you using the email that you submitted after the show. I will try to make that happen. So fantastic. One more done. No audio from the wheel. So I'm just listening to this thing by myself. That's sad. It's so dramatic over here. I promise. Like you can hear every little tick. It gets. I don't know. I don't know if I'd like to be on your guys' side. That's a bit much. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Jason. He says too kind. Everybody's showing him some love, so that's fantastic. I love it. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, did I say when I say Price is Right? Does the Price is Right even have a wheel? Yeah. I don't know. I never really got into any of their shows, but what can you do? Don't be bummed out. Don't be bummed out. There's one more, and then if you're still here, we are doing the Mevo Core for the live users. I still got to figure out how I'm gonna do it. Probably, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. It's not a fun time. This is not easy to solve problem. I didn't realize we were gonna do this, but I absolutely want to reward those who are actually here versus those who just submitted a form. Although we appreciate and value, the effort that they put in to fill the form out and give us some insights on, where we should take Mevo next. I also want to reward those who were participating. So let me check out this YouTube thing. I might have to send everyone over to YouTube. I'd prefer not to, but I also, unfortunately, Facebook, as of late and recently, I think they made this change. They don't actually share your name, which is why it shows up Facebook user. You have to like go in, log in, give permissions to the app to see what your name is, I believe. But because of that, everyone would have to do it. And I don't know if I would be able to see that still. So let me just see what this app does. Let's see what we got. Says how to run a YouTube giveaway, app for YouTube giveaways. Enter your URL. Okay. I can do that. So we can start collecting some names from the Mevo Core. We only got 15 minutes until we're going to be doing that. So it's going to be important. Okay. All right. So what I need everybody to do, if you're not a YouTube user, go over to YouTube, youtube.com/Mevo Camera. I'll see if I can toss it up on the screen real quick. Just to make sure everybody sees it. Go to youtube.com, Mevo Camera, and comment for a chance to win a Mevo Core ad. What's it do? It's going to be like a giant. Where'd it go? Oh, is it because I have chat up that it won't pop up? Now, if everybody's wondering what I'm using today, oh, there it is. There it is. Did I not go any further? There we go. Perfect. I don't really want to cut me off, but I guess we can do that. That'll work. Okay. So if you're wondering what software I'm using today, yes, I'm using a Mevo Core. I'm using Mevo Core for my video today. I'm using it via webcam mode, so USB, directly into a USB hub. Now, I am using Talk Studio from Streamlabs. If you're not aware, Streamlabs is a sister brand under the Mevo or the Logitech umbrella. They fall under Logitech for gaming. Fantastic system. I specifically use them for this versus using Mevo Multicam for mostly one reason right now, and it's because I have my setup at my desk. It's just simply or easier for me to use. I would use Mevo if it was already pre-set up for this kind of thing, which I don't have it pre-set up. So it's easier for me to stop what I'm doing in the middle of the day and start a live stream versus, needing to configure my audio with my mic, which I could, but my audio is already configured to my my computer. And then the other reason is I can show my live chat, and that's important to me. I like to be able to call out people and, have conversations. The last thing anybody wants to do is come to one of these shows and just listen to me. And I'm sure that as soon as I said that, someone said, "Yeah, I know. We're not here for you. We're here for the core." I know. That's fine. But I like to pull everyone's chat up. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. Everyone go over to move over to YouTube for a chance to win. I'm not even quite sure how this is going to work. Let me see. So I put the URL in, and it's going to pick the winning comment, and then make a giveaway with the messages from the chat of YouTube. Okay. I mean, it seems like it makes sense, right? Load comments. Oh, I have to log in. Okay. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna keep talking. Hi, Tony Muniz, Gregor, Jason's in here. We got Deborah made it here from Facebook. Thank you for making the jump. We got P Bear over here. Feeling lucky today. Love the core. Love to hear it. So what program and Streamlabs? So this is Talk Studio. It's web based, and that's also another reason I like it. Because I can do a live show from anywhere, which I can do with Mevo. But what's nice is I can log in my tablet, or my laptop, and all of my graphics are already there. Which same thing for Mevo, but if I already have a computer and my mic and everything's already set up, I'm good to go. I'm still using Mevo cameras for my solutions, which is great because you can go out NDI, SRT, UVC, webcam mode, all of the things. So I'm still using Mevo as the video source. I'm just not using it as my switching software simply because I want to show things on my computer screen, and it's just easier for me to launch this up. So yeah. Now that you are here, hit the like. That is a great call out. We've got coins over here saying that you're here. Hit the like. Absolutely hit the like. DJ Infinity says they are the winner. That's all right. So what is this? This is Jared. Yeah, Twitch is better than YouTube. YouTube's better than Facebook. I actually can agree with this. I can agree with this. Tim's over from Facebook. We've got Rick from Costa Rica. Ooh, okay. I do have to have this, and I am so sorry for anybody. All right, I do have to have this because we just had the same issue this summer. I am very sorry. If you win the Mevo Core and you're not in the United States or Canada, I cannot mail you a Mevo Core. That's just, if you have a US address, I can mail it to the US location. And I can't be a part of anything else. So, but if you give me an address that's outside the US or Canada, I cannot send that there. Now, if you win and you choose that you want to have a Mevo Start instead, then we can do that. We can figure that out. But I do apologize for anybody who is coming, hoping to get a Mevo Core and you're not in the US or Canada, unfortunately. All right, let's see what we got here. Can't do tags on mobile. Is chat the same as comments? There's a lot going on in here. This is crazy. We almost had 70 viewers at one point. I think we're up to 60 now. So I think people started dropping off after I said that. So I'm sorry. Mevo Core's coming maybe sometime in the future, somewhere else. I know the conversations have happened. I can't give dates. I can't give exact certainty that this is going to happen. But the conversations have happened and people have raised the question whether it's something we should be doing. So we're not ignoring your requests to move or make them available globally, just so you know. Yes, YouTube chat counts as a comment. I must have missed that. Is the chat same as a comment? Yeah. Yep. Yes. Let's see here. I like my chances before everyone came from Facebook. Isn't that the truth? So is there any questions? I've got Mevo set up here. I'm ready to do some demos if you have any questions. I definitely don't want to talk your ears off because I could talk forever and I know nobody wants that in their life. But I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. My dad's videos, my softball games, the videos have been extremely helpful for getting me recruited for college and for my teammates. And it's crazy how often we hear that story. So many recruiters, especially baseball, softball, can't make it all over the country to see the talent. So the talent's coming to them and they're using Mevo to do that. So it was pretty eye-opening when, we've heard those stories and they've never stopped. They just keep coming. So that's what's fantastic. Proper way to clean a lens. So if you're cleaning a lens, I'm going to defer this to our engineers. My practice is I would use a microfiber cloth and I would wipe it down. But I'm not sure what the best practice is, so I'm not going to try to get your lens all damaged. I will say we're not lens manufacturers, so that's I don't want to speak. I bet every manufacturer, based on what they're building their lenses in, probably has their own best practice. So that's what I would do. I would see who your manufacturer is. So if you got, Panasonic, if you got Olympus, go see what they recommend for that particular lens because the material that they build the glass out of might also affect what you should use to clean it with. Deborah says, I love my Mevo Start. I use it for live events. What kind of live events are you using it for, Deborah? I'd love to hear it. Tony says he streamed 70 games between his two sons' travel teams in 1 month this summer. All Mevo Start, hoping to upgrade to a core for next season. Now, it's a great upgrade. Not going to say it's not, but keep the Mevo Start. It's a great supplemental camera to the Mevo Core. Mevo Core gives you that really, really crystal clear bokeh effect, whatever you want, really super powerful. But keep the Start. It's great as well for the supplement it. Let's see here. Congrats to all the winners so far from Adam. Absolutely. Oh, here's a good one. Jonathan says he's using his old phone with Mevo Go in his scoreboard app, then overlay that into his video, which is super smart. I've seen that. I think Jason Hoffman also has a video where he was doing kind of like an instant replay where he was playing the video on his phone that was being streamed. So when you stream to a platform, most of you are probably familiar with it. When you stream to like YouTube or Facebook, it shows up about 30 seconds, 45 seconds after you actually it happened live. So he pulls up the video on his phone running Mevo Go, and he can pull it up as a secondary source, and you can see the action 30 to 45 seconds later. And it kind of gives you the same kind of instant replay effect, which is pretty creative. Love to hear it. Let's see what we got here. We got Coin saying sometimes when I tap on the screen, I get a super zoom on Mevo Start single player mode. How can I get that mode consistently? Huh. Super zoom. You mean like you're digitally cropping it in, and if you just do that, you can just turn off autopilot and it should just stay there. Should absolutely just stay there. Let's see. What we got? Seth says, "How in depth are your talks with Meta to get apps back into group? Do you have direct influence? We do not. Meta is very large. They're a very very large company. Um, I love Logitech. Logitech's a very well known brand, but unfortunately, I don't think that it's something that just our company or anybody will be able to influence. They made decisions based off privacy, I believe. I don't remember their exact reasoning because there was kind of an uproar. It wasn't even, our users only. It was a large variety of apps. So imagine the apps out there that were based only on groups. They just basically became useless. So a lot of the companies that were rendered useless by this move, kind of petitioned and tried to fight. And I don't know where they're at with that. I haven't really kept up with it, but I can fully tell you that we are not in conversations with Meta, and our influence towards what they do with their platform is I would say I want to say non-existent, but I also just want to say minimal because I can't speak for everybody. I know we have relationships with Apple and stuff, but I can't speak specifically on who has relationships with Meta. But as far as the Mevo team specifically goes within Logitech, we have no influence over what Meta's doing. And for the record, I will say this: RTMP has been the number one way we've always recommended people go live anyways. API is convenient. I'm not gonna say it's not. It is super convenient. RTMP is more stable. So if an API goes out, most likely RTMP is gonna be better, with your URL and key, and you can get a persistent one too. So it's not like excuse me, you can get a persistent key as well. So it's not like you have to regenerate it every time. So, get it set up once and you should be squared away, and you should have a better experience overall with your streaming. We almost always use RTMP if we're doing an official broadcast for any reason. That's almost always what we'll go for because APIs and servers they can fail, and that's at no fault of the user, no fault of anything except maybe the server failed. So you could have some issues. Let's see here. What else we've got? Deborah's making a camera dolly for it. Did you answer? She says she records and go live all the time. Did you answer? Oh, worship services. Gotcha. Yeah. House of Worship, very popular. If you're making a camera dolly, we'd love to see it. If you're not part of the Facebook group, go check it out. Facebook.com/Mevo customer group. Post the dolly that you're building. That'd be awesome. Who we got? We got PB says had their start since January 2023 for Twitch streaming. It's been amazing for kitchen cooking streams, but also in my stream room. The app on the phone allows me to zoom in on my puppies. I know my puppy had to go inside because as soon as I obviously have 3D printers and I've got people helping run the 3D printer. So my dog would have started barking as soon as they opened the door to come in at 4:30. So I had to put him inside. But yeah, he's been the focus of the show a few times. And I'm glad you're using it for the kitchen and cooking streams. And that's actually really popular use case that, our Logitech for gaming teammates over there had identified was that a lot of their gaming creators didn't want to tear down their gaming setup to take to the kitchen. So being able to broadcast their Mevo from the kitchen directly to their desktop setup, and keeping that stream going without having to interrupt a stream, they could continue to, do the whole kitchen thing and do some cooking, which is really great. Tim says, loves the inspiration Jason Hoffman gives. I'm also a pastor that streams all of our services, but I also stream all of our football games. Mevo's come a long way since 2017. Yes, it really has. I have a Mevo Plus and a first gen around here somewhere I was looking at. It was pretty wild. Someone asked, is there a way to adjust the focus? Where'd it go? Oh, Hi, Joe. I love the Mevo. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Is there a way to just focus on Mevo Start? No, the Mevo Start has a set focus. It can't be changed. Can't be adjusted. Let's see. I have a 5x zoom lens on my phone. I'd love to be able to select that from the lens in the Mevo Go app instead of cropping. You should be able to swap between your lenses. Um, correct me if I'm wrong, but you should be able to. And if you can't, go to help.mevo.com, open up a support ticket, and we'd be happy to take a look and see what's going on. What software are we using to show comments in the live stream? So this is Streamlabs Talk Studio. It's a web application. Now, if you did not know this, Mevo Pro unlocks all of Streamlabs' technical functions. So if you sign up for Mevo Pro, where you get media playback and everything, and all of our benefits of multiple streaming destinations for your mobile remote streams, you're actually unlocking every Streamlabs Ultra feature, which includes Talk Studio, Streamlabs Desktop. It includes their other service. It used to be they renamed all their stuff recently. So it used to be called Willow, which is basically a linking service where you can put all your links for your organization, which is super helpful for different leagues and sports leagues and events and stuff. You can put all your links in there. So you get all that stuff with Mevo Pro. It unlocks everything. So if you're not familiar with what Streamlabs Ultra offers, I just recommend Googling it. They have probably 7 or 8 things that help content creators take their content after the fact and edit it and cut it down in post for, podcasters, for people who are trying to take their desktop content and send it to TikTok and Instagram. All types of tools that come with your Streamlabs Ultra and your Mevo Pro subscription. So Mevo Pro unlocks everything Streamlabs Ultra. So if you're already on the edge of getting Mevo Pro and you don't have it, or if you already have it, you get these things already. So don't miss out on all the really, really cool and powerful things that you're able to use. All right, there's tons of questions and tons of comments and stuff. I'm going to look through a lot of things. Let me see. I do see one thing I do want to answer real quick. Christopher says, nope, that's the wrong one. Where's it at? Chat's moving fast. Coin says, is it true first generation Mevo Plus has issues with Wi-Fi? I'm considering a used one, and I've heard about this. So Mevo Plus, the Mevo first generation camera is not Mevo Plus. And you can tell by the front of the camera, the grill of it will be gray or red. If it's red, then it's the first generation. Very first camera came out in 2016. If it's the gray one, it came out in 2017, Mevo Plus. And those survived all the way up until 2021. I think is finally when they discontinued. We sold out and they were no longer being manufactured. So Mevo Plus doesn't have Wi-Fi issues. The Mevo first gen didn't either, but it only had one antenna. So the Mevo Plus was an upgrade where now it has 2 antennas. And I believe it might have also changed the Wi-Fi chip, but I'll leave that for, Leona, who handles all of our connectivity and stuff. So she could probably, be more specific. But as far as Mevo Plus having Wi-Fi issues, no, it doesn't have any specific issues that you should be worried about. And then Mevo Start takes it one step further and also has dual antenna. So you should be all squared away. Let's see here. You talk about Talk Studio. That's what we use with our Mevo cameras. When I use the chat feature in Talk Studio, it used to show me the user's name. Yes, there is a thing. Yes, exactly. So that is obviously not a Mevo specific feature, but you're absolutely right. They have to log in and opt in to allow you to see their names. So Rick, if you want, post in the customer group after this on Facebook, and I will gladly find you the article. They did publish an article on Talk Studio from the Streamlabs team that talks about how to do this. I honestly didn't look too deep into it because I didn't think it was going to be a problem, but I could see how if you use this consistently, it would be a problem. But yeah, post in the customer group on the Mevo customer group, and I'll find you that article. All right, everybody. Tons of comments. Thank you all for coming by today. I love every single one of you for coming by and engaging with us. But I don't want to hold you up. I know you have much better things to be doing. But I will say this. If you like us going live, follow, subscribe on all of our social channels at Mevo Camera. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Did I already say Facebook? I don't know. And Twitch. You can find us here as well. So go follow, subscribe, do all of those things, comment on our things. Let us know that you want to see more content like this. That way we know where we should be spending our resources because, obviously we haven't done one in a while. Everybody was super excited for us to be back. I don't know that I'm going to do another one anytime soon, but if you'd like to see that change, definitely be sure to make sure your voice is heard. So definitely be sure to do that. All right. So without further ado, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do this last Mevo Start giveaway here. So this is anybody who filled out the survey in August. They are the only ones who can win this one. And then for the Mevo Core, that's going to be anybody who's on YouTube that's commented or chatted on the video. So here we go. Here is the Mevo Start. Mevo Start. There we go. I'm very sad that you guys can't hear the tick, tick, tick. Should I make the noise? Tick, 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 tick. No, that's terrible. So it's much more satisfying and anxiety inducing when you can actually hear the real one. Once a month live stream would be awesome. Yeah. Ivan, you just missed it or missed the show, but we're wrapping up now. So you can still win a Mevo Core. Comment in the chat, which you already did, which is great. But the Tim Combs wins the third Mevo Start, which is fantastic. Congratulations, Tim. I'm going to hide this one. Fantastic. Love to see it. Close it. Just going to make sure all of our names are still... I can... Yeah, okay, they are. John White, Thomas Salisbury, Tim Combs. 3 Mevo Starts that you all won. Thank you for participating in our survey to let us know what you all think of the Mevo ecosystem and how we can better serve you. We appreciate you. It's invaluable feedback. So now I've got to figure out... I got to make sure this is going to work the way that I think it's going to work. So I'm signing into this app for the Mevo Core giveaway. Create your first giveaway. All right. Load comments. All right. So we've got all the comments loaded. We got 49 people watching. We got 64 total people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the other 20 people who are not in YouTube, if you want a chance to win a Mevo Core, you have approximately until 5:08 p.m. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to jump over to YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube account, create an account real quick, log in, say something in the chat. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to read some of the comments to burn some time, but I want to give you an opportunity to jump over to the YouTube and say something in the chat so you can get a chance to win. All right. And if you're outside the US, unfortunately, you can't win. But if you do win, you can have an opportunity to get a Mevo Start instead. But if you have a US address, I can ship there. I just can't ship it anywhere else. So that's the most important thing. Deb wants a Mevo Core. Yeah, absolutely. Jared says community engagement is awesome. Community is what keeps products and services blooming. I totally agree. Lauderhill, once a month would be good if you can fit it in. It's tough. I would love to. We're busy. We're a busy team. I love doing it. I love coming and hang out with you all. But at the same time, our numbers kind of get inflated a bit when we do some giveaways. So obviously we got higher viewership when, we've got giveaways to give away. But when we don't have giveaways, then viewership is, sitting around 20, 25, 30, which is still good. But if it's the same people, you can only educate those same people so many times. So at that point, you're just engaging, which is great because most of those people I have good relationships with anyways, and they can shoot me a message whenever they want and we can try to have conversations. But yeah, I like to see new faces. So if we don't see new faces, it gets tough to kind of do the live shows. But I agree, I do love doing them, and I love kind of talking with everybody. Let's see, is it possible to attach a monitor to a Mevo camera? Yes, Mevo Core has HDMI out. You can absolutely do that. Mevo Start, you cannot. Is there an advantage to using... So where'd it go? Oh, come back. Streamlabs account when streaming in Multicam, thinking specifically for streaming baseball. So there's a couple advantages. So the Streamlabs account is also considered Mevo Pro. So those are interchangeable. Now, Mevo Pro unlocks media playback, so you can play videos, which is super important. If you didn't see it earlier, I did do a quick demo on that. So go and check out the VOD once this live stream is done, and you can check out me demoing the video playback. Super powerful. Mevo Go, that means you can supplement your camera angles with additional phones. You have some extra mobile devices sitting around. So say you can't afford 3 Mevo Starts, but you do have 1 Mevo Start, or say you don't have any Mevo Starts. If you have a Mevo Pro or Streamlabs Ultra subscription, you can bring in 3 phones. So your kids are all playing baseball. Everybody's phones gets put up. Now you got 3 camera angles without even buying one of our cameras. Let's see here. Let me scroll through here. Instant replay with multicam. Not yet, but I do know that Jason did some really cool stuff. That was really neat. Let's The engagement is longer. Oh, link spiders in here. There are spiders present. There's a lot of people in here, I'm sure, that do that use the link spider. No complaints here. And link spider did some real torture testing on the Mevo Core, which is pretty funny. Need to create a group called Mevo Heroes, just for people who can message me whenever. That's too funny. If I don't win, Ivan, if I don't win, I'm not showering today. Well, as long as you don't live in Ohio, I think I'll be fine with that decision, I suppose. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. I'd like to see is the ability to set a stream name and pull it back out of the Go live stream without title having to reset again. I agree. That is a quality of life thing that needs to change. I don't know if that same effect happens in Mevo Multicam. If it doesn't, go to Mevo Multicam. That would be my suggestion. But I will say, regardless of what happens to the original app, that should be a quality of life improvement that needs to occur. And then last but not least, because Echo is the center of everyone's attention. Where's Echo? I lost Echo this week. He came back, which is great, but he's kind of on a short leash right now. So he's inside the house, so he can't run away. Because I'll find him. Okay. All right. I'm going to load the comments for YouTube. If you did get a chance to go over there and potential win, let's load those bad boys up. All right. Yeah. So I have all of the comments all the way to the point where DJ Infinity says winner. So we do have all of the comments. All right. What do we want? We want one winter. What is it? One winter. One winner. I'll do 3 substitutes just in case the winner is not US based. Then we have to have backups. Prizes. Oh, we're only doing one prize. Mevo Core confirmed. Exclude duplicates. Yes, we do not want multiple. Minimum mentions. No. Filter by hashtag. No. Although that is cool. I do like the idea of hashtags. This is a cool find. Thank you, Lauren, for finding this. This is a pretty cool little little tool here. Remove ads. No, because we're not paying for this. That's sure not happening. All right, so there's 73 participants who have commented on YouTube at one point or time. I'm gonna make this orange in color. That's ugly. I don't like that. All right, I'm gonna confirm 73 participants. Start. So I'm gonna do so Leon is in there. I do see the comment now. It says Mevo plus 2x2 Memo. All right, so I'm gonna start this. We're gonna find one winner. Now, I'm not sure how this is gonna work. So if it does pick 3 subs, I'm sorry if the winner is US based. You're a backup for no reason, and I hope it doesn't tell you that you're a backup, because I really don't want you to be a backup and to know that you were that close. But I also just want to have backups. So let's see what it does. I have no idea what this is going to do. 10, 9. It's counting down. Oh, no. Can I pause this? I want to share the screen. Wait, can I come over here? Nope. Well, it's too late. I don't know what it's going to do once the timer runs out. Oh, my. Leona, the Mevo engineer, wins the Mevo Core. I don't think that checks out, Leona. I can't do that. But that's why we have substitutes. How are you going to win, Leona? That is crazy. That's so funny. We want Echo. Let Echo out. Where's Echo? That's too funny. I love it. I love it. Free Echo. Oh, Lord. All right. So we do have winners. The 3 winners are technically 1 winner because I can't share it with 3. Let me see if I can change this. Stop sharing. Share screen. We're doing some stuff on the fly. Like I said, I didn't plan on winning this today or doing this today. So let's hide the bookmarks. Hide bookmarks. All right. Leona technically won, but Leona's an engineer. Leona can't win. Look, she's laughing. You already have a Mevo. You already have one. All right. So the winner is Bratch77. Is Bratch in here? Bratch in here. Ivan says, am I showering? Ivan, you've got quite a while to go before you can shower. Bratch says, go to comment. Love the stream in the chat. That's all it took. Bratch, are you still in here? Come on, Bratch. You got to say something. The rule is the person has to be here. That was the rule. For being here, you get a chance to win. So I'm gonna give you, 20 more seconds to say something, and then we're gonna move on to Jaso Hess. Is Jaso in here? I'm assuming you're Jason. Oh, Bratch is in here. Awesome. Well, congratulations, Bratch77. You win a Mevo Core. You're US based, I'm hoping. I'm hoping you are. And if so, reach out to or make a post on if you're in the Mevo customer group on Facebook, shoot me a message directly. I am Joseph Capehart. If you are not familiar with my actual name, Jared's still here on 1% battery. That's crazy because I think you started with like 4. So good for you, man. It's a good phone. It's a good phone. Yeah. So go ahead, jump on customer group, find me, Joseph Capehart, shoot me a message. I'll get your address, and we will go ahead and get this shipped out to you if you're US based. So love to see it. I'm just hoping you're US based. If you're not, then Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. I'll reach out to you and we'll go from there. So thank you everybody. For tuning in. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully some of you walked away with some fun gear. And if you're not a Mevo user and you didn't win today, I'm hoping you're going to give us a try. If you've not had an opportunity and you don't have the funds to go grab a Mevo camera right now, that's totally okay. You can go grab Mevo Multicam. You can use the built-in camera. Go grab Mevo. Mevo Go. Bring it in. You can use your phone as a camera with the Mevo ecosystem. You can bring in videos, do all of those things. You don't technically need our camera, but if you do get your hands on our camera, go check it out. The holidays are coming, everybody. The holidays are coming. Maybe we'll do one. I did like the last one we did with Will and Joseph. That was for the holidays. That was a fun one. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for joining us today. And I hope that I see you all again soon. The numbers haven't dropped for viewership, so I love that, and I'm glad that you're all here. Like I said, thank you all again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being Mevo users. If you're not a Mevo user, hopefully you give us a try sometime. And if you're not, and you don't want to give us a try, come let us know why, because we want to make sure that we're serving your reasons to go live as well. So until next time, everyone, I'm Joe from Mevo, and I'll see you on the next one.